Musicians Museum mission is to advance the quality of life in our communities across all cultures, generations, and tastes through preserving, advancing, and utilizing incredibly rich and diverse regional musical heritage and resources. We strive to help young people from all walks of life, cultures, and musical interests reach their potential and improve both their lives and the richness of life in our community through music. We achieve this through two paths: the operation of a free public museum, which each year honors influential inductees who have helped shape our musical heritage, as well as showcasing art and musical artifacts. Support and building the nonprofit mission of the museum. The Community Youth Outreach Program is a multifaceted program providing mentorship access to performance venues and education programs geared to teach young musicians the elements needed to succeed as a musician. Through charitable donations, the museum can help underprivileged young musicians obtain instruments they may not otherwise be able to afford, access instructions, mentorship, and performance opportunities.
Mark Irvin, welcome.
Bud, good to see you.
So what do you think? What do you think about this Musicians Museum? What kind of contributions has it made to the community?
Well, unfortunately with COVID, it's, nobody's seen it in the last couple of years, but that's probably just as well, because as you know, we've had a big project going on down at the Tucson Convention Center. And all that work will be done, March, April, and I think we'll start to see things start to open back up. I wish I could tell you it was my idea. It was not my idea. It's Jonathan's and Fletcher's. And after I heard about it and thought about it, I thought, what a great way to repurpose that space. Right now, there's nothing in there but a great big chunk, as you know, of copper, and it's just a great big open area. So I think as they have gone and repurpose that has been really neat with what's going on. I know they're still in the process of adding things to the Tucson's Musicians Museum, but I think what it does is it gives us a chance to showcase all the amazing musical talent that's in Tucson, Arizona. And I'll tell you, I've actually become somewhat of a student on some of this with attending some of the events and things that have gone on down there. But I think it's just a great opportunity. It's really a neat piece, and it fits well with when you look at Leo Rich, when you look at the music hall, when you look at the other opportunities that we have in the arena to do music venues at the Tucson Convention Center. This fits in really, really well. And, there really is no other place, in my humble opinion, for it to be but downtown. And I think what I love about it was it didn't take a lot of money to create that. I mean, did we have to do some things? But yeah, we were going to do those things anyway. And to take a space that really was just very sterile, just kind of drab space, and to take it and reposition it this way, I think is really great. And I think some of the events and things that the Musicians Museum are going to do downtown in and around the TCC are going to add just a lot to what's going on down there and all the other things that, Rio Nuevo put together to, create these sort of opportunities. So I think it's just a really good fit for what's going on at the Tucson Convention Center. And it fits in well, candidly, with all the other music stuff that's going on downtown. Chris Dodge and what he's doing with the Jazz Festival, I think is just completely crazy. Now, obviously, he's fighting right now with COVID and all that stuff and trying to figure out. But, when you look at that and the Mariachi Conference coming back downtown, and you look at all the really cool music things that are happening just in our downtown community. I mean, I was just over on Monday and had a chance to look at the new Century Room over at Hotel Congress. And I know some of the other things that are going on downtown relative to music. And in my humble opinion, activity creates activity. And, with some of this stuff happening in the past, yeah, but it's like the Musicians Museum just turbocharged all of that.
Well, what I thought was interesting is you're right. That was a very drab space, big open space with nothing in there. But now when I'm down there, I haven't been there for a while because of COVID. But in the past, when I would go down there, I would kind of stand in there and watch people, and people would come in and they would start reading about all of the artists. They would read everything. So it really gives people a sense of what Tucson is all about, at least musically. And it gives them a space, that they would in the past just be kind of standing there. It actually gives them something to do. It's really an interesting concept. I think what you guys put together down there was just absolutely beautiful, Mark.
Yeah, the thing I really like, and I think the group that, thank you for that, but I think the group that we've associated with the musicians, George especially, they're technically savvy. And so I think, going to the museum and getting your phone and scanning in the, code that's there, and all of a sudden that pops up another picture of that artist and all kinds of details about them and their life. And I just think it's a really fun opportunity to engage people, like you said, that are down there waiting for something, they're waiting for an event, or maybe they've stepped out of an event and they've got a few minutes to kick around. I agree with you. It's neat just to see them walk around and kind of look at that. And what I'm looking forward to is, and what I enjoy every time I go down there, is that there's always something new that's being added. There's always some, I know you haven't been down a bit, but there's always a piece down there that seems like it's added to the Musicians Museum. And I always get a kick when I see who the inductees are going to be in any certain year, to take a minute and kind of look and say, okay, who is that? What are they? I think it's fascinating. It almost reminds me of the amazing recognition that Tucson has received as a city of gastronomy, UNESCO City of Gastronomy, and the fame that's brought to us, and the interest that's brought to our community. People are like, how did Tucson get that? They've been doing this for how long? How long the food? We've been playing. As long as we've been eating, we've been singing and dancing and what have you as well. So it just is I think it's just a super fit. I mean, I couldn't be more tickled to have that down at the convention center. As a Rio Nuevo board member, I can tell you it was an easy vote for us to approve that.
Yeah, and the thing is that music has been such a big part of downtown. Going back into the 1950s and 60s, and all of the the nightclubs and things down there, and they're still down there. So music is a very big part of downtown. So having the Musicians Museum, as nice as it is down there at the TCC, it's just a natural fit for the downtown area, and for the history of that area as well.
The other thing that's cool about it is it's free. If you want to come down and go see it, come down and see it. And while you're there, go walk around. Go look at Ekbo Fountain. Go look at what's going on at the music hall. Go look at Leo Rich. Go look at the new Flynn. Look at all the stuff that now is on that campus. And you just wait. The HSL building will be unshuttered soon. And we'll see that hotel revamped and redone. And it'll start on that later this year. But there's just a lot of stuff going on that campus that I think is a great attraction for people that want to come and just look at downtown Tucson, or just look at Tucson. Forget downtown. Just come look at Tucson. That should be on one of your stops to do.
Yeah, I really agree with you. So I thank Rio Nuevo. I thank you, and I thank the folks who put this together and who allowed. Because I know for a long time, the first few years that we were part of the museum, we just didn't have brick and mortar place to hang anything. We had some ideas and some concepts, and so everything was online. But you guys gave us the opportunity to expand, to put something together, and it really looks beautiful. It's a great showcase. So we thank you a lot for giving us the opportunity to move down there and to open this thing. It's been a great attraction. I've heard nothing but wonderful, wonderful things about it. So, Mark, thank you very much for all the help and all you've done for the museum. We really do appreciate it.
Bud, thank you for that. And what I will say to you is, you are the number one reporter covering stuff downtown. And you have done that during all the time that I've been involved downtown. And the good, the bad, the ugly, but as you and I know, there was some ugly. And, but, it's not been ugly for a long time. And, you've just been there to report on what's going on. And I appreciate that. And our board does. You've been top of the line as far as all the reporters with your coverage. Some stuff, but I didn't like too much, right? But it's probably some stuff that need to be covered and addressed that we inherited. And we're cool with all that. Our goal is to be transparent. And as you know, we inherited a mess. So I think it's really cool when somebody from the city, like the mayor, when Jonathan came and had this idea and talked to Fletcher about it because he's a musician. And then after we talked about it, I was initially, I'll be honest with you, I was a little skeptical. I didn't quite understand. But after I had a chance to really look at it, it's like, this is a no-brainer. This is a freaking home run. So yeah, it's I'm tickled that we did it, and I can't wait to see what it's going to become.
All right, great. Thank you, sir. Thank you for taking the time. Really do appreciate it. You take care, and let's hope we have a great 2022.
Fingers crossed, bud.
Take care.